The 5C is the name of a workplace organization method that uses the list of 5 Japanese words: Seiri, Seitan, Seisen, Seisensun, and Sochensen. Translated into in English, we would all say sort, straighten, shine, standardize, and sustain. The list describes how they organize a workspace for efficiency and effectiveness by identifying storing the items used, maintain the area of the items, and sustaining to a new order. The decision-making process usually comes from a dialogue about standardization, which builds understanding along with employees of how they should work around their workstations. Right now, I'm following the first step, which is sorting. I'm keeping only necessary items. I'm removing all the unnecessary items and properly disposing them. And I'm eliminating obstacles and reducing the chance of having the disturbing of by the necessary items. And I'm preventing the accumulation of items. I'm removing all parts that are not in use, and I put all unessential items from my workplace into a different area and removing all the wastes. Right now, I'm implementing sorting and straightening. I'm taking all my pens, putting them in that one place. I'm getting all my business cards, and I'm gonna put them on my phone, add them to my contacts, add them to my LinkedIn account. Any way to sort them from my contacts to the right place, throw away old contacts that I may not need. And in this part, I'm actually getting all my socks, my underwear, and I'm taking the ones that I don't use. The ones that I haven't used in a while, the ones that I see that have a hole, the ones that they just don't seem that I will be using in the future, I'm gonna throw them away. So I'm dividing right now. I have the 3 drawers, but one with socks and one with underwear. I'm gonna divide them and sort them to the right process in the right place that they're supposed to be. This part is still part of the straining and shining. I'm transitioning from straining to shining because I'm sanitizing my area. I'm not only just cleaning away the things that I don't need and putting them in order, but now I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning up the area of my window. I'm cleaning up the areas that have actual dirt. I'm cleaning out everything that is just trash and sanitizing the area so it would be an efficient workspace. Throwing away old boxes is very essential because old boxes will occupy a lot of space that will be essential for you in order to have an orderly room. Right now, I'm using all three of the ones that I've used before, sorting, straightening, and shining, but I'm actually implementing a standardizing process as well. I'm standardizing the way I'm looking at my little library here. I'm looking at my books, trying to see if they have a connection, if they are science fiction, if they are books from school. I'm trying to implement a process of standardization so I can, if I bring another book, I can just put it in the right place. And that's part of the standardization because you need to, the best standardization practices is to keep a work area clean and to have a high standards of housekeeping and workplace organization at all times. I need to maintain orderliness and everything has to be have a right place and it has to be in the right place. Most processes are standard. So right now I'm looking at this papers, trying to see if they're important, if they're not, throw them to the trash, if they should be shredded. I have a bag just for shredding items. If there's items that are for tax purposes, for work purposes, for education purpose, I need to sort them out and put it in one place so I can and future me could easily organize them. Now this is still part of the standardizing process because I need to look at the papers that I was telling you before that are important, that are from school, that are from taxes. So actually the standardizing process, it's quite a difficult process because you need to pretty much create a system for organizing everything, but at the end would actually save you more time because you're having a process that would implement everything that you will need for in the future. Having a process is the most some of the biggest personally is what the second biggest part for me in this 5C process because you need to the process is basically your standard and you need to keep following, but that I will talk in a little bit more. Actually, in this part, I'm using all four of the process that I'm talking about. I'm sorting, I'm straightening, and shining, and I'm standardizing. Everything has to be in a place, everything has to be clean, everything has to be in the process, and everything will be have to follow up. But that's gonna be in the sustain part. The sustain part, honestly, is the most difficult part because anybody can clean, but sustaining an environment and sustaining the way you're trying to have a work environment is very difficult. Sometimes you get lazy, sometimes you add new items to your process, and all this for all this is just really difficult to keep up with. Right now, I'm sorting, straightening, checking, and standardizing my clothings. I'm dividing them. I'm taking everything that is dirty and putting it in the dirty clothes area, and I'm putting everything that should be hanged, everything that should be tied, and everything that should be folded. And afterwards, after I fold and strain everything, I should put it in my closet, which should be more organized. As you can see, I actually organize my shoes, put them in a shoe organizer, clean them up a little bit, so they would be in a standardized process. So it would be easier for me to just get in my when the moment I get into my room, put my shoes in the closet drawer, and have their space. So that means that every time that I go to my room, I should, if I'm not using a clothing item, I should hang it. If I'm not using my shoes, I should put them there. So it may take some time and some adjustment, but in the future, it would make my room cleaner and more effective as a workspace. And then at the end, we have sustain. Sustain is pretty much to keep everything in working order, and it translates to do everything without being told so. So you have to perform your regular auditings, training and discipline, and training is basically your main goal. But over here in my for cleaning my room, it would basically just be if I see a dirty spot, clean it up. If I see that my clothes are not hang them. If I see that my bed is not made, make it. Pretty much try to make something. If I see that something is wrongly in a wrong place, try to put it in the right place. And that's basically it. That's basically how you implement the 5 C's on a room. And if you can make it in a room, you can pretty much make it anywhere in any workplace. Thank you. And basically, this is it. This is the conclusion of the 5C project. And the positives that I see in having the implementing the 5 C's is that it is easy to follow, and that is as a standard. So it can be implemented on pretty much any place. However, there's some negatives on the 5 C's. There's many processes that are face challenges in simplifying their steps, and this can make the project a little challenging. And sometimes um, the sustaining part, just like in any other process, in sustaining it's always the most difficult and facing challenge, because you can clean, you can implement new models, but sustaining a model, you have to change the culture of how you make conduct business, and sometimes that means having to change your lifestyle. But if you try to accommodate your standards to the 5 C's, you could actually see some improvement in your process. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Goodbye.